welcome to another adventure vlog. This time coming from the South Island of New Zealand. I'm currently in Wanaka, only a short amount of time here. Yesterday did Mount Armstrong, which Sage picked out, and the views there, I almost tried to show a clip, were absolutely stunning. Really enjoyed that. Although I will say, if you're thinking about it, it's probably like the worst trail I could have picked for coming back from an Achilles injury. It was super steep and super technical. Maybe super is overdoing it, but it's really pretty technical and steep the entire time. And even if I was in good shape, like I would definitely be hiking most of that trail, and even like hiking a lot of the way down, because it was really quite rooty and then rocky at top. So a lot of like choosing your line at top too. But again, it was absolutely stunning. So I'm not gonna be hard on Sage for picking that trail, because I did enjoy that. Today, just trying to do like a super easy little run here next to the river, and then we're going to Anau to see glowworms tomorrow, which super excited about. Never been in like Glowworm Caves or seen anything like that before. Well, I guess back where I grew up in Ohio, there were lightning bugs, so not quite, definitely not the same thing, but yeah. And before this, I just want to say thanks to like everybody I met at Tarawera and the North Island of New Zealand. I've had so many people who follow Sage and I, and just truly appreciate everyone just coming to say hi and saying like they use our plans and they enjoy them, and they help get like PRs during the Tarawera race. That was just so cool. So always appreciate people stopping to say hi. That's so nice, and I really like love the North Island and Tarawera too. That whole race was really well put on. Love the original like founder of the race, Paul Charteris. Not sure if I'm saying his last name right, but just like a super incredibly kind human being, and that really shows in the race. Even though it's now taken over by Ironman, he kind of really kept some of his heart in that race, and really hope to do that race one day myself, do the full 100K course. So one day. Let's see, I feel like I'm rambling on right now. So I will say, like, this is a trip almost didn't happen. I actually only got my ticket about a week before actually leaving. And a lot of people are just like, would probably just assume like, oh, Sage is coming, Sandy's coming too. But, you know, it does cost a lot of money to travel. And I did want to start skiing this year. And I also, to be truly honest, I spent thousands and thousands of dollars trying to do everything I can for my Achilles and get back into racing this year. And so I had to like weigh on all of that, and also like, could this hurt my healing or recovery process or getting back into racing, because I'm getting out of my routine, and it's hard to fit everything in between traveling and working and seeing everything you want. It's just really easy to not do everything I'm supposed to when I'm traveling. But you know, I will say I am lucky in that like Sage is going to do this trip whether I came or not, and so all I really do is pay for my flight over here. So that honestly does help a lot. So in case like you're wondering like how we afford to travel, these are just some of the things like that are considered going into this. It's definitely it's not like I have all this money just to travel whenever I want, but I do collect travel points a lot too, and that actually can really help a ton. But yeah, this trip, super glad I came. You know, you only live once, and I also have a very much fear, like the fear of missing out, and I'm really glad I came so far. Even like without doing some like big climbs, like Wanaka is such a stunning place. Like you're just surrounded by mountains and lakes, and it's hard to beat that. And I'm such a summer girl, so it's nice to wear shorts and tanks again, and actually need some sunscreen. I know it's been snowing a ton back in Boulder, so yeah, I'm gonna embrace summer while I can, and then try to embrace winter a little bit when I get back. So yeah, I'll show you some more of the trip along the way. My arm is getting really tired holding up this camera, so hope you enjoy this adventure with me. So Sage and I are driving out of Wanaka right now, and we're at the Cardona Distillery and Museum, and there's this pretty amazing line of brawls, which Seems kind of random, but it's actually for a really good cause. I don't know the story exactly. Somebody told me that basically a man's wife had breast cancer, and so this is all in memory of her, and there's a little donation box in case you want to donate. So definitely a pretty cool thing if you drive in or out of Wanaka and want to stop and pay a little tribute. So Sage and I, we just got done with the Glowworm Caves, and unfortunately we could not film inside, which is totally understandable, and I think it makes you want to put something else on your bucket list, so there's that. But it was really cool. So we there are a few locations where you can go see the glowworms for free and kind of like hike in, but we did a tour. It was a boat ride to get there, and then you walk in the caves and there's a little boat ride in the cave to see the glowworms more. So the caves we walked into, they are about 12,000 years old, but there are caves farther back that I believe are 250,000 years old. But the caves are all limestone, and there's water going in, and so the water reacts with the limestone and kind of like grows the caves a little bit. The glowworms themselves, they're actually turned into flies, and that flies actually don't live very long, but they emit like this blue light in the dark, and that's part of the reason why they don't want cameras and stuff, because the light from phones and taking pictures is kind of like ruin some of the effect. But that was super cool. I would compare it to like looking up at a very clear night sky away from the city, and there's just kind of that effect as you like look up on the cave ceilings. And yeah, it was really beautiful. So highly suggest it if you come to New Zealand and can check it out. Good morning from Queenstown. Obviously, there's such a stunning view behind me. God, the mountains and the water, so good. But I'm really excited today. Sage and I have a full day of adventure plans. First, we're gonna hit up the Moonlight Track. That should be some really great views up there. So excited about that one. Highly rated in Queenstown, not too far from town. And then we have to have second breakfast. Cannot forget about second breakfast when you're in New Zealand, land of hobbits. Love second breakfast. So we're gonna do that. I think we're going to the Bespoke restaurant. Definitely show some pictures of the food there. And then we are going kayaking. You know, we're runners. We always work our legs, but we're gonna try to test our upper body strength today, so that should be fun. And then probably find some more good vegan food while we're here. But really excited for all the views Sage and I are about to see today. So appreciative of Sage and having such a great adventure partner. It is, well, it's Valentine's Day here yesterday, Valentine's today in the United States, so kind of just gonna celebrate 2 days in a row with my adventure partner. Man, such a great person to have adventures with. Always find someone who's always willing to play with you and go on adventures with. That's, I don't know, it's a really good way to stay happy. So, okay, time to go on the adventures, less talking. On the Moonlight Track, it's pretty sweet. So it kind of like hugs the side of this mountain, and so there's just great views of the valley and the river below all the way. It is very exposed, so I'm glad Last minute decided to use some of my Unimed electrolyte mix. Not that the trail today was that long, but not used to the heat anymore since it's snowing in Boulder right now. But yeah, it's absolutely stunning, so definitely suggest doing it if you're here. And it's not too steep. Most of it is pretty runnable, but it looks like a more lightly used trail. So a little rocky in spots, but overall like pretty runnable and really sweet single track. So nice job, babe. You made it. Took a while for Sage to catch up, but
I had to fix my camera.
he did it. Excuses, all excuses. A little cloudy, but not too cold yet. Hopefully it doesn't rain on the way back. Starting off with a nice and steep road hill climb. Another day, another adventure. Sage and I were trying to do the Ben Lomond mountain today. So it's a pretty good pull. It's definitely supposed to rain today, so especially it's already like 11 and it's supposed to rain around 1 or 2, so there's a good chance this could really turn into an adventure, but excited to hit up a peak and get all the good views of the other mountains and peaks around here. Hi, baby. Just finishing up the Ben Lomond hike, and that was a pretty sweet trail. On the way down we found the split to get on the Ben Lomond trail sooner. It is tricky because it wasn't really marked, but it's definitely a little bit better than going on the road. So yeah, absolutely stunning. It was cloudy on top, but when we looked at the weather for this, it was for sure supposed to rain. So I feel kind of lucky that we only got a few drops. But yeah, just really another like beautiful hike with amazing views. It's really hard to beat the mountains and such large bodies of water. Don't get that in Colorado though. Of course I love the Colorado mountains too. Closing up this trip, only one more full day in New Zealand, actually flying back to Auckland tomorrow. You know, there's so much left to explore, so it's such a beautiful country, it's hard to leave, but at the same time I kind of feel like doing a little too much too soon here, and I need to get back in my routine. Hopefully I can start racing again. I'm just excited to even just do speed workouts again, but you know, all the vert definitely been hurting. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's like not quite right. So excited to get back into routine. I felt like I was really making good progress before we left. Kind of took a step back, so yeah, sadly, but starting to get excited to go home too. It is time to end this New Zealand vlog. Hope you enjoyed it. I know there's so much more to see here. Could honestly spend a year and probably not see anything, but I don't know, hopefully you'll come again. I didn't think I'd come again after the last time, and I came back, so such a great country. Definitely should be on your bucket list to come here. Gosh, the lakes and the mountains are just so good. So I just feel really lucky to be here and to get this experience. It's going home to snow. I'm definitely a summer person, so that's gonna be tough, but I think winter, it always makes me appreciate the flowers in spring and the summer adventures a little bit more. So, all right, say bye, Sage. All right, until next time, keep running wild.